What's going on, everyone? We've got an exciting day today because we've got some more spoilers to talk about for brand new cards for set 7. Let's dive straight in. A huge thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. Love seeing you all drop the spoilers throughout the day. And let's dive in straight with Chopane, I think. I don't know if I'm having a mind blank. I have no idea who this character is, so someone could comment in the comment section down below. We got a 2-cost ground unit in Vigilance Aggression. It's a 2/4 Underworld Bounty Hunter. On attack, you may choose 2 players. If you do, they each draw a card. So this is actually something that I think is really good in like Darth Vader. So if we saw Darth Vader yesterday, he's the one that discards a card to, deal a damage to something. I could totally see a leader that requires no resources to use completely break the symmetry of getting an extra card. It's in the same aspects that I'm expecting you would play in Darth Vader, in Vigilance and Aggression. It's 4 toughness, so that seems pretty interesting. And you do get to draw an extra card, and generally that favors the control player, especially with cards like, well, the new Ignition, Single Ignition, or whatever, I forgot the name of it, but the new Super Laser Blast. In other decks, obviously, decks that could take advantage of the extra cards, Aggressive Negotiations is in the format. So if there is more aggressive deck that's, leverages the additional cards, something akin to like the old Force Han Blues, where you got like Kiadi Mundi in the deck. You're playing Chopane as another option. I mean, it's not a force card, so you can't pair that together at least. But, I think there are some cool things you could do with this if you are really taking advantage of the extra cards. Aggressive Negotiations is one of my favorite cards in the entire game, and this card just makes that card better. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool little guy here. Next up, we've got Rose Tico. So 5-cost ground unit in Cunning Heroism. It's a 5/5 resistance card. If you control a non-unique unit, this unit enters play ready. So it looks like both Rose and Finn have this synergy with non-unique units. I will say it's a little bit more tricky to get those non-unique units on the board. There are going to be a lot of units rotating out that are unique, but generally the unique units are the stronger ones. So finding a non-unique unit in order for this to enter play ready can be a little bit tricky. I'll say, if this was just if you control a unique unit, this unit enter plays ready, honestly, very exciting, because you deploy a leader, and suddenly you've got a 5-resource 5/5 that enters play ready. That's incredible. I will say the Millennium Falcon from set 1 has always been one of the strongest space units, especially in the aggressive decks, for the fact that you can immediately attack with it. And there definitely is some strategies, and there are definitely units. For example, let's say you're just playing like a little bit of a go wide, but let's say you're playing like, I don't know, Padme Tarkentown, and you've got like Faith in Your Friends or the other units that are creating spy tokens. Well, those spy tokens are non-unique. So you're going to be able to deploy Rose and suddenly get a 5/5 for 5 that enters play ready. That's incredible. These are the types of cards that can bypass things like Captain Typho, right? They play Captain Typho, and then maybe they just play some random 5-resource play. You play Rose Tico, get it ready, kill Captain Typho, are left with a 5/1, and then all your other units can still attack without all of them dying into the Captain Typho. That's the type of stuff that really, really can break the game open. So I think Rose Tico actually has some big potential here. Any unit that can enter play ready is always something that's interesting. And this one isn't too harsh of a restriction, since you do have a decent amount of non-unique units in your deck. It's just a matter of, do you want to be playing more, 3 or 4 resource plays that are non-unique in order to guarantee this, or are you playing things that are creating non-unique units like the spy tokens that we were mentioning? But there are some more cards to talk about. We've got Secret Battle of Pretend, a 2-cost event in Cunning Heroism. Exhaust a friendly unit. If you do, for each different aspect it has, exhaust an enemy unit in the same arena. Honestly, when I saw this Reddit post come up, I was like, this is a fake card, right? I just think the name is very funny. For a card, I don't know why I was thinking that this was just a fake card. Maybe it's because it's got very few pixels on the screen or something of that nature. But a 2-cost event that exhausts enemy units can be potentially strong, but there is a prerequisite to that, and that's exhausting your own unit. That's always a scary, scary fact, especially since the way this is worded is if you do not get to exhaust your unit, you do not get the effect. So you need a unit for this to work. Now, in Cutting Heroism, this is the deck to do it in, especially the cards like, well, we mentioned it with Rose Tico, Faith in Your Friends. You've got like spy tokens that you could potentially exhaust or other random units that you could potentially exhaust. Now, here's the thing. Even though I mentioned the spy tokens, those don't have any aspects. So you need a card that has multiple aspects, which does make this very tricky because you're going to want like a cunning, main aspect for this to be playable. And then maybe you're playing a leader like Hera that allows you to play various heroism cards as long as you control 2 units. Or maybe you're not playing main cunning, but you're playing something like Hera that allows you to take advantage of all the other aspects. So far, what we've seen, this can potentially do like exhaust a friendly unit, exhaust 3 enemy units, right? Because if you like vigilance, command, heroism, something like that, you've got 3 different aspects. You get 3 enemy units exhausted, but they have to be in the same arena. And generally, we've seen mass exhaust effects can be powerful, but mainly it's going to be like an outmaneuver where it's exhausting an entire arena in an arena that you're not actually committing to. And that's where that becomes very powerful. So not a huge fan of Secret Battle of Pretend. We also have Bix Caleen. It's a 4-cost ground unit in Cunning, a 4/5. And when playing and on attack, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, create a credit token. This card is insane. It is insane, in my opinion. I mean, first off, 4-cost ground unit 4/5, perfectly reasonable. Perfectly reasonable. We've seen Kanans, we've seen Captain Typhos. We've seen those types of cards that just give you a little bit of value. But this is a when play trigger as well as an on attack trigger. Now, you do have to discard cards. So you're kind of like building your own Han Solo action is the way I think about this. You play this, you get a temporary resource in the future, right? It's literally a Han Solo action. We know how powerful Han Solo actions are. In theory, you play Bix and you get to attack next turn. You could play a 7-drop if you've discarded 2 cards. That's literally what Han Solo was doing. Literally what Han Solo was doing. I think this card is just good. I mean, you play this, you discard a card, you have cards in the pool that take advantage of when you discard cards as well, which is a hidden additional value, right? I mean, in theory, this could even be better than Han Solo's action because you maybe, discard, I forgot the card name yesterday, but we talked about it, or not, I don't remember if it was yesterday, where we talked about the card that if you discard a card from your hand, you deal 1 damage or something. May not be a lot, right? I mean, 1 damage or something isn't huge, but if you have a couple cards that give you a little bit of value here and there, just for doing the thing that you want to do, oh my gosh, I mean, this card could be disgusting. I am very hopeful for this one. At a baseline, it looks incredible. In a cunning-based aggressive strategy, leveraging that early 7-drop, I mean, you deploy your leader, like, not that Quinlan will be in the game, but let's say you got a 5 deploy like Quinlan, you get Quinlan down, and you play a 7-drop to back that up. Oh my gosh, it would be so over. It would be so over, right? I mean, there's a reason why that guy was at the top of the meta for multiple sets. I mean, this is a crazy ability to have. This is exciting. And like I said, if you do have cards, if we've seen more of the set where maybe there's another card here or there that adds some extra value for discarding cards, this could go crazy. I mean, this is a broken 4-drop. Probably the best one that we've seen. I don't know. Kanan is up there, though. Kanan is up there. But this is one of the better ones that I've seen so far. Very, very solid. But let me know what you guys think. I mean, we've got Rose Tico. We've got Geofane. I mean, kind of standard cards here that do some cool things. But honestly, Bix, this is the one to come and show up for because this is a crazy card. Credit tokens are broken. I mean, I know that you really, really are looking at, all the potential options for credit tokens, but if you've played any other game with this type of effect, any card game specifically with this type of effect, you would know that this is just one of the strongest things that you could be doing. I mean, most people already know that getting extra resources is good, and that's exactly what this is doing. Yes, at the cost of cards, but we know that's not a big problem. We know that's not a big problem. We've seen it with Han. And, you know, in theory, okay, you've got plot cards now. So if you get like a 6 to deploy later, or a 5 to deploy later, maybe you pause and you just use it to pay your 7 cost, and then you plot later and you get kind of the advantage from discarding your cards, and you get to still have cards to play. I don't know. Very, very excited about this. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all for the next one.